Hey everybody, welcome back to another Tech Tuesday.
It's the show that Rachel Maddow hasn't stolen from us yet.
And if you've ever tried to just steal someone else's YouTube content and then re-upload it to your own YouTube channel, you're kind of a bad person.
Yeah.
But you also probably quickly realize that YouTube has a lot of automatic controls in place that will get your stolen content flagged and fast.
Their content ID system basically takes anything uploaded to YouTube and compares it to existing YouTube content. If it matches, the original video uploader is given a set of options that allow them to decide whether or not to allow it. In cases of people simply stealing someone's content and uploading the exact same thing onto their own channel, the original uploader is generally gonna tell you to fuck off and stop trying to take food out of their baby's mouth. Because YouTubers do this shit for a living, and view stealing is basically the same as stealing their money.
Truth. So now's a good time for us to ask, you're watching this on YouTube, right? 'Cause that's where it's supposed to be.
Would hope, yeah.
Not on Facebook, maybe?
Oh yeah, what? What the fuck?
Because if you are watching us on Facebook, there's really not a whole lot we can do about it.
Yeah, we're kind of fucked. You've no doubt seen stolen YouTube videos on Facebook, and you may not even be able to tell the difference. What? Playing a Facebook video on your newsfeed doesn't look a whole lot different than playing an embedded YouTube video on your newsfeed. It's pretty much the same fucking thing.
Yeah, you can't really tell. The big offenders are pages like Lad Bible, Perez Hilton, anything with the words funny videos in the title, and pretty much every shitty regional radio station in America. Also, a whole lot of celebrities do this too, AKA they're interns that are actually running the celebrities' pages, not them.
Yeah, none of these big offenders are directly profiting from uploading other people's content because Facebook doesn't really have any revenue sharing plan in place the way YouTube does. But it still fucks over content creators because 1, they're not getting paid for those views. 2, the videos aren't driving viewers to more of their content, thus preventing them from building an actual audience on their page. And 3, the pages guilty of this shit are using some shareability of someone else's content to gain likes and profit off of them indirectly.
And by profit indirectly, we mean that these pages often drive fans to associated websites outside of Facebook that are supported by ads. For example, clicking over from Lad Bible's Facebook to ladbible.com, which many of their non-video links lead to. Not to mention that these pages are often peppered with sponsored posts in between all of the thievery.
Yeah, and Facebook barely does jack shit about this. If you come to them with a copyright claim, they are pretty good about removing the offending content, but without something like Content ID, there's no way to track down who's uploading your shit unless you stumble across it. And with the sheer number of stupid pages on Facebook, that's a nearly impossible task.
Yeah, Facebook insiders have been saying for a while that Facebook wants to become a serious video platform, basically because their numbers are going down with teens. They need to catch up with the teen stuff.
Yeah.
And they recently added like view counts and recommended videos to sort of support that. But until they fix this problem, making video content creators pissed off at you is a terrible start to becoming a video platform.
Yeah, it's but anyway, everyone seems to be like leaving anyway. So, fellow kids, where are you guys going? Where's everyone going off of the Facebooks to what now? Just Snapchat? Come on.
They're uploading all of our videos to Vine.
Yeah, in 6-second parts.
Part 166.
Hold on, we have a whole chain of shit coming by right now.
Obama in town?
But let's get off Facebook and move over to phone and tablet news. Yeah! Woo! We got some good news. The newest Android mobile operating system, Android Lollipop, is here. Lollipop! You can't do it. Now, this is only currently here if you have a Nexus device, and we're not sure, as of this recording, even which Nexus devices are getting it today.
They're being very vague about it.
Did anyone in this room get the update to their Nexus device?
Okay.
No, okay. We have seen people online getting the update, and I've been doing it on my Nexus 7 trying to get it as well, so who knows?
But regardless, they're saying that this is the biggest Android update in the history of the OS.
Yes.
The most noticeable changes are on the visual side with Google's new design aesthetic, which they're calling material design. At first glance, it retains the flat design elements that Android and pretty much every other mobile OS has adopted in the last couple years, but it adds a subtle little Z-axis to everything with the introduction of shadows that convey changes in depth when something on screen is interacted with.
Yeah, but the biggest changes involve visual continuity. In other words, lots of animation. What that means is your screen will never simply switch over to another app or to your home screen or a different menu or anything. There's always some sort of animation involved. Transitioning between things on Lollipop is smooth and allows the user to understand where their attention should be focused. So basically, a lot of things sliding in and out or expanding and contracting, but it looks great.
It looks really good. Google has had a very public website set up for a while with pretty detailed guidelines for developers to reference when they're creating apps for Lollipop. It's actually a great place to look to see how much thought goes into this kind of visual design. They're not just designing static layouts that you can interact with, they're creating a design aesthetic that puts a lot of importance on what happens when you interact with it.
Yeah. And it like we said, looks great. Visual continuity is very soothing to the eyes, and it feels very natural when you use it. It just kind of looks like a giant battery suck, which may not be true. They might have figured something out. Not just the constant animations, also the look is much brighter than previous Android OSs, and all your pixels are turned up to like 100% all the time. It can't be great for the battery.
No, yeah, it's very white. On the other hand, this is very much under the hood. The new Android runtime that handles apps for the OS will supposedly give devices 4 times the performance as before. And a big part of that is, of course, battery conservation. So we'll see.
Yeah. The rest of the updates are small and subtle, but there's loads of them. One feature that you'll never really notice or care about until your device gets stolen is that your data is encrypted right off the bat by default, so there's some peace of mind for you.
Yeah. So once we actually get our hands on a device that can run Lollipop, we'll be able to talk about it in a way that isn't entirely secondhand like we are now. So until then, if you've got it, we'd love to hear from you over on our subreddit, reddit.com/r/etc show.
I've been frantically trying to update mine, but it takes like 90 days usually for this one to get it.
Yeah.
So sometime in December, I'll be able to let everyone know.
Merry Christmas.
But did you see, did you try to update Lawrence and get it?
Let me try.
Well, we'll get back to Lawrence's
Riveting.
update. Yeah. In other Google news, Google Glass is now being banned from public places left and right. That's shocking.
Oh my God.
I can't believe it.
The most obvious of these is movie theaters. No fucking shit. The Motion Picture Association of America and the National Association of Theater Owners have officially updated their anti-theft policy and laid down a zero-tolerance policy towards using any recording device while movies are being shown.
I don't get it, because these things would make a movie look so shitty. Who the fuck is gonna pirate it?
Oh yeah, I need to see that Google Glass version of fucking Avatar.
Fire the guy that's stealing it off the drive up in the projector booth, not the guy who's wearing the dumb glasses in the crowd.
Yeah. Do people even download like the handheld theater?
I'm
those
sure
exist anymore?
I don't know. I haven't checked in a long time. These recording devices include cell phones, of course, and now wearable tech like Google Glass and smartwatches. They're gonna ban smartwatches?
Do those even have cameras on them?
That stupid Samsung one does, but anyone who refuses to turn off and put away their device will be asked to leave. Fuck you. And anyone actually caught recording will be reported to the authorities. I mean, I guess, if they're actually recording.
All right.
We already know about these rules, but it's interesting to see how companies adapt to the new technology as it continues to emerge. Like a bunch of fucking idiots is how they respond to it. I don't get it. Just stop. Turn it off.
Get on, check them off.
Yeah. They're gonna make you turn your watch off when you're on the plane next.
Oh, they definitely will.
Yeah.
Google Glasses have been banned in more places than your local movie theaters. Other reported bans include casinos, strip clubs, sports arenas and concerts, banks and ATMs, and while driving.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah. I mean, this is for the best though, because you look like a douche.
Yeah, that's true. Adam? Elliot says you look like a douche because of your tech watch.
No, I meant Google Glass.
Oh, you're safe. Google and its wearable tech have another competitor in Microsoft. Microsoft is the latest tech company scratching and clawing for a spot on your wrist with their new health and fitness band. It's only a couple months too late.
For buff guys like me that work out 3 times a year.
Yeah. The thoughtfully named Microsoft Band is jam-packed with features like a built-in GPS, UV intensity, various skin sensors, and a 24-hour heart rate monitor that helps provide a detailed calorie count and sleep quality measurements. It's all old tech.
Yeah, I mean, it was made with the intention of being a standalone health and fitness wristband to be worn on your right wrist, not competing with any watches on your left. But it can, of course, still sync up to Android, iOS, and Windows phones to provide more features and details or show you recent messages, emails, and voicemails.
Too little, too late. It does look pretty cool for anyone who's into like tracking their health and fitness and stuff. It does organize all your data and creates plans and goals for you to get better. But according to reviews, the biggest downfall of the band is its size and rigidness. Yeah. Other bands have tended to be pretty pliable and soft, where this band is kind of bulky and noticeable.
Yeah, you can
if you hit
knock someone out with that thing. The band comes alongside the new system that Microsoft is using to store and analyze all of the world's health data called Microsoft Health.
Creepy.
They're teaming up with a handful of other health and fitness systems to track everyone's health and ultimately help people live healthier lives, aka they want to be everywhere and run everything.
This sounds like something all of our grandparents do not want to be any part of. So
I don't need a watch to tell me I'm gonna die soon.
Yeah, go out and buy it for Christmas. I don't have much time left. And for those of us who would rather eat whatever we want and sit on our ass playing video games, there is now Internet Arcade!
Yep, the Internet Arcade is a web-based library of 900 coin-operated arcade video games from the 70s and 80s that are free to play right here in your browser. Fuck yeah.
Hey, your grandparents are excited about this. Mm-hmm. The arcade is hosted by Internet Archive, a website dedicated to preserving computer history that also brought us the console living room last year, which backed up every early console game like Atari, stuff like that.
Like the console living room, the Internet Arcade presents games through JSMESS, a project to emulate different computer systems through JavaScript. But keep in mind, most games will be a little difficult to play on a keyboard. Most of them default to using the arrow keys and Alt for actions, and you gotta add a coin by pressing 5 and 1 to start a game. It's simple enough, I guess, but...
So go waste some time, get your ass kicked, and then get back to work. Old games are hard as fuck. So guys, the question today, do you illegally watch copied YouTube videos on Facebook, asshole? And do you have Android Lollipop already? That's a really interesting question.
By the time they watch this, I think they'll...
Not everyone, but maybe people with Nexus phones. I was just thinking about how in Pulp Fiction where he hides the watch up his ass, but his vibrates when he gets a phone call.
Ooh,
I'm getting a call. Oh.
Feels so good.
All right.